Okay, good afternoon. May I have your name and position, please?
Sure, it's Kevin Holmes. I'm the Assistant Vice President of Budget and Finance for OSU in Tulsa.
Perfect. I'm just going to ask you a few questions and you can answer these however you want, and we'll get started. First question is, what is one unique skill that you feel helps you be a better leader? And why do you feel it has benefited you?
I think it's consideration of others. Early on in my career, before I was in my career field, I had the opportunity to work for others, and I saw many different management styles. And I really didn't understand why some managers felt like they had to be mean, cruel, or intimidating to manage. And I always felt like you could manage people in a positive manner and perhaps get better results as a result of managing in that style.
And how has your management style evolved over the years?
I've probably gotten meaner, but it my my group has grown somewhat, and the breadth of responsibilities that we've taken on is much larger than it was when we first started. As far as management style, I guess I'm probably less involved in the day-to-day activities of the people I manage. I have to give them more room to be able to do what they do, mostly because they are very capable and competent in what they do, but also I don't have time to check in with them, although I would love to. I just don't have as much time as I once had to be able to do that.
So when you first started, were you more in tune with seeing what they're doing day to day, more of a micromanage, and then the more responsibility you guys got, you had to learn how to delegate, or were you always good with delegating?
I've had to learn how to delegate. It's one of those things that you always have a vision, and it's just like, I know where I want this to go, and then you start, you put it down on paper, and before you know it, you're doing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great if you have time to do that. It's not good for the employees, but I found over the years that if you have the right people in the right places, that they can very effectively do that for you, perhaps even better than you can do it, in your own mind.
What advice would you give to your younger self, or better prepare yourself for this management role? Or is there anything you wish you did differently?
Perhaps a degree path. I may have gone down a different degree route. I wound up getting a degree in psychology, then came back and got a degree in business, and then came back and got a degree in higher education administration. So it was kind of backwards the way I went about getting into the field that I'm in. So I may have been more focused. Of course, I wanted to go into engineering, and I kind of washed out in that field. So everybody has to, I guess, go down a different path to get to where they're going, and I guess better focus on how to get there would have been good for me.
And you said you did psychology first. What field did you think about going into with the psychology degree? Or do you think that knowledge helps you with your role now?
Sure, yeah, it does. It helps me better understand how to communicate with people, and it tempers me a little bit better in my communications. So I don't think it was a waste of time going through the psychology degree. It's just psychology degree is very hard to make a living at unless you go all the way to a terminal degree and you go into practice being a psychologist or something like that. It's a very tough field to go all the way in. There's a lot of people that want to go down that path, so I wasn't qualified enough to go down that path.
Okay, thank you. And next question is, what does diversity mean to you?
Diversity means having a wide range of ideas, of thoughts, of people, of backgrounds, just really not surrounding yourself with people that are like you, but instead, being open to having conversations and sharing ideas and thoughts with everybody and anybody. Kind of my idea of diversity.
And do you think diversity is an important factor in the workplace?
Absolutely. And why?
Yes, sir.
Well, if everybody thinks like you do, there's no real sense in having them around, because you can make those decisions yourself. It's the folks that provide a different perspective that can really aid and assist you on getting to a better answer, a better solution. And those people are critical to really helping explore and vet all potential ideas.
Perfect. And how do you manage diversity in your workplace?
That's a good question. I went to a lecture a while back, and it basically said do the right thing for the right reason, and they boiled diversity down to doing the right thing for the right reason. So if you, and I know we all have these lenses that we look through, but if you can try to remove those lenses and see the person that you're interviewing and really see if they're a good fit for the job, then everything else doesn't matter. Where they come from, really how old they are, any kind of background and stuff like that. If they're the right person for the job, then you should look at them and give them a chance.
Perfect. And what is the most important attribute that you look for in team members?
I'd say honesty, number one. It's one. Yeah, if you got to have honesty above and beyond, and then I would say just drive and passion for being in the field and doing the job that they're expected to do.
And in your opinion, what is the most telling signal from an employee or a potential employee about their motivation to do well at the job?
Most telling signal. So oftentimes the people that do the best in the job are the people that are most concerned about their work and the work product. So they're the ones that will be beating themselves up, saying, "Oh, I think I messed this up," or whatever. They're the ones that are self-critical that I believe are the highest performing. They really watch what they do and they try to do their best job.
And do you adjust your leadership style based on the motivations and need for your employees? If so, how?
Absolutely. Everybody's different, and everybody communicates different, and I really try, and perhaps this is part of my psychology background, and I'll also have various different sessions that I've been to, but you have to understand that some people, communicate their goals, if you will. They're very detail oriented, and other people are greens. They want to figure things out. Other people are oranges. They just want to get out and have fun. But you have to understand who you are communicating with in order to effectively communicate with them, and you reach out to them and not expect them to reach out to you to understand. So I try very hard to do that.
Perfect. And do you enjoy what you do? If so, why?
I love the challenge of my job. Unfortunately, it's become a lot more challenging. I still love it very much. It's just I wish there was more time in the day and less stress on time frames that I needed to get things completed within. There's multiple competing priorities, and so it's just become more and more challenging. But I've always been one to take on more and more. But I've just found out that there's a consequence to that. You have to be careful not to take on too much.
Perfect. Well, that is all the questions I have for you. I appreciate you taking the time out to interview with me today.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.